Good evening and welcome back, poetry lovers. It is I, Sam Wise, and here I am with another home recording just for you. So, after a little bit of a long wait, with some suspense, it arrived. Before we delve into the unboxing and the review, I feel the need to give a quick shout out to three other Al Stewart superfans. Number one, Amelie. She is an aspiring musician who has already wowed plenty of audiences and listeners with her beautiful, smooth vocals and her amazing lyrical capabilities. And you can check her out in the links below. Number two, Dave Nachmanoff. I've had the pleasure of meeting this fellow. He has been Al Stewart's sideman for quite some time, and he is just amazing on his guitar. I'm pretty sure his guitar is a polyglot on its own. It really seems like it speaks multiple languages whenever he plays. And also love his lyrics. Ton of philosophy references, also because he's a philosophy major. And last but not least, the band, the Empty Pockets, which is considered Al's actual band. And they've toured with Al throughout the US, Europe. They've collaborated with him. And I want you, whenever it is possible, please congratulate them, because their newest album, Outside Spectrum, has appeared on Billboard 3 times. Number 1 in blues albums, number 3 in Americana folk albums, and number 5 in top new artists albums, though they've been around for much longer, so I wouldn't say they're new. But what's even more is that they're from my hometown, Chicago, so congratulations to them. So again, I've included the information of all 3 of these super fans below. Check them out. Support your musicians. And of course, me, I don't think music comes first in my line of creation. I would say, akin to Leonard Cohen, I'm a poet and writer first, and definitely a musician, mostly singer, second. And now, are you ready for this? Are you ready? Because I'm ready. We're using keys to open it tonight because, frankly, I'm a little too elated to be clumsy with a knife. I like my fingers, don't you? So, let's just open this. Alright. Oh boy. Well, that part was easy. And, so I got this from deepdiscount.com, and if you can, since there are only 2,000 copies, it's a one-time pressing, I suggest you get on it immediately. Deep Discount offered a great price, but I was able to purchase it at an even greater price thanks to a coupon and a sale. So, thank you. Saved almost $100 freaking dollars. Okay, you ready? Ready? Let's lower this a little. Oh, there's the back. Teasing me with the back of it. Oh my god. Look at this. Oh. If you can't tell, I'm elated beyond words. So, the artist, Colin LG, he is a member of Hypnosis. It's spelled Hipgnosis, along with Storm Thurgeson, who also worked on Pink Floyd's albums. Now, they were a group of English graphic designers and illustrators and animators, and they were responsible for creating some of the greatest album covers in the universe. So, for this one, the setting may look slightly familiar because it's in the same setting as his amazing album Year of the Cat, and also appeared again on Greatest Hits. So this is the 3rd time that Colin Elgie's designed an Al Stewart cover. And it includes many of Al's influences and interests throughout the cover here. And it's called The Admiralty Lights, which stems from his song Manuscript, which is on his third album, Zero She Flies. So, let's get through the shrink wrap here. Oh, man. I know, I'm weird. New album smell. Alright. And as you can see, it's pretty heavy. You'd think that they would be fitting LPs into this, but as much as I love the vinyl experience, I really do, just opening up, seeing the extremely huge liner notes and lyrics and whatnot, I don't know. I mean, for me personally, I do enjoy CDs, but if you know me well enough, you know that if I'm extremely interested in an artist, I desire everything. And I never thought, I was silently thinking that they would come out with a box set eventually, but I wasn't sure. And some of his albums have been more difficult to find lately. Some of them have become almost lost in the discography. It's almost impossible to get a copy unless you're willing to pay a pretty penny, like this baby. But, well worth it. So, let's go through everything. So, first item on the docket is this 160-page hardback cover book, all about Al, by Neville Judd, pretty much Al Stewart's biographer, and I have yet to purchase the other two books that Neville's purchased. One of them is Adventures of a Folk Rock Troubadour, which is pretty much his biography, and then a book of photos, which is Lights, Camera, Folk Rock, and very excited. So, this book includes some, sorry about that, some photos here and there, very rarely seen. This was him during the photo shoot for Love Chronicles, his second album, I'm guessing, and, well, it's him with Mandy, who inspired a great many songs, and, yeah, so, very piece of interesting memorabilia. And so let me just put that down here. The second item, this is a Colin Elgie print. So we'll include one of these babies right here, and just exploding with artistic imagination and Al Stewart influences. And here's a little poster for the Admiralty Lights. It's right here. Alrighty, and then, here's a poster. Let's see which one it is, because there are a few of them. Whoa! Yes, so this is for the early years. Oh my goodness, look at that. Look at that. Goodness gracious, Great Balls of Fire. I'm just amazed. Just as amazed as you are. Trust me. And the other poster, which I can only assume is Last Days of the Century. Oh, I'm good. I think. Looks slightly different, but... Yep. Love his, futuristic album cover. Hang on. Let me just... There he is, during that time. Thought it was a great 80s album, in my humble opinion. Okay, let me just properly. There we go. Sorry, too excited. I can't even fold this. So, the Al Stewart CD collection. It's a little booklet which goes through pretty much everything, and a guide to the rarities, which are very important. And by the way, stick around because I'm going to let you in on the omitted tracks and albums. So, stay tuned for that. So, here we go. Here are the CDs, 4 sections. So there are 21 studio albums, 18 albums of live material, and 8 CDs of demos, outtakes, and rarities, and then 3 CDs of BBC sessions from the 60s to the early 70s. So let me just, I'm going to try and remove them as carefully as possible. This is a very delicate set, and again, I don't want to have to make any mistakes with this. So, here we go. Let me just figure this out really quick. Okay, I even not only figured it out, but I also took all 4 plastic straps off. So, as I said, there are 2 sections of studio material, and then 2 sections of live material, demos and outtakes, and BBC sessions. So, just because, I'm just going to tell you my favorite tracks off of each album, maybe a little something about 1 or 2 of them. So, here we go. Bedsitter Images, STEWART. A fine debut, if I may say so myself. Love these gatefold sleeves. It really does sort of replicate the vinyl experience, only a little bit. So favorite tracks off of here, the title track, my God. I mean, from the orchestration to the lyrics, I think it's a great way to start off the album. Let's see, Pretty Golden Hair, just a beautiful song in general. If you haven't checked out the music video on YouTube, check it out. He looks so young before his hair started growing out. It looks amazing. Cleave to Me, absolutely love that. Ivich, and then Belika Doodle Day. I remember there was this one performance online where somebody asked him to play Belika Doodle Day, and he started laughing. He's like, Belika Doodle Day, are you kidding me? Oh, I also love Swiss Cottage Maneuvers. So, Bedsitter Images. So, second album, Love Chronicles. Absolutely love this one for so many reasons. This was the album that actually got me into Stewart in general. While I was aware that he had sort of originated historical folk rock, lyric-wise, I did admire his first 4 sort of somewhat confessional folk albums, and this has some pretty awesome material. In Brooklyn, oh my God, very Dylan-esque in a way, but also just sort of coming into his own. And Jimmy Page played on this one, by the way. He worked with, I believe, half of Led Zeppelin. And, fun fact, they actually asked him to join and be the 5th member of Led Zeppelin, if you can believe that. But Al Stewart says, nope, not about that rock and roll life. I'm sticking to my guns, thank you very much. But what a partnership that was. This is back when Jimmy Page was a session musician, and also played Yardbirds, of course. So in Brooklyn, Ballad of Mary Foster, gorgeous tune. Life and Life Only. I like just about every track on this album except Old Compton Street Blues. You Should Have Listened to Al, and a few people I know have actually gotten that mixed up with Paul Simon's You Can Call Me Al. And the title track, Love Chronicles. Oh my God, this 18-minute epic of confessions. I was just taken aback tremendously. Listen to that when you can. Third album, Zero She Flies, and such a beautiful record. It's a gatefold. Favorite tracks on here: My Enemies Has Sweet Voices. Just a very much a foot-tapping song, but the lyrics are truly thought-provoking. A Small Fruit song. I'm a sucker for songs like this. And I noticed throughout this album and a few others, there are very short instrumental pieces and maybe only a verse of lyrics towards the end of the song. It even echoes again on End of the Day on the album Year of the Cat, and then on his favorite album, it was his favorite album that he ever made, Down in the Cellar, the Shiraz Shuffle. So, here we go. Burbling, I like that one. Love Manuscript, such a beautiful song, of which this box set's title originates from. Black Hill and Anna, those are two more short instrumentals with verses. And, the title track, Zero She Flies, I could play that over and over and over and over again. And then, the remade album, the first album, Bedsitter Images, it was pretty much, it was redone, well, not totally redone, but, it includes a few other tracks, like, Clifton in the Rain. Definitely love Clifton in the Rain very much, and there's a beautiful modern version that he did. Loverman. That one's very catchy. Well, that one, so sort of redoing of the first album. And then Orange, the last of his confessional albums. On Zero She Flies, we hear like an echo of historical references, and then he starts. This is his like transitional album. And I learned, thanks to Amelie, that my favorite artist, David Bowie, was in the studio over working on Ziggy Stardust, the rise and fall of Ziggy Stardust and the Spiders from Mars, the same time he was recording Orange, 1972. Holy, oh my goodness. So favorite tracks from here include You Don't Even Know Me, Amsterdam, The News from Spain, God, what a heartbreaking track, the instrumental, which is one of my favorites of all time, Once in Orange, Always in Orange, I'm Falling, and then Night of the 4th of May. Personally, I prefer the Live at the BBC or the Old Grey Whistle Test version. That's just me. That's just me. By the way, you may be noticing that I'm talking a little bit faster now. I only have, was it like 13, maybe 14 more minutes of valuable time on here, so I'm going to try and get through all the albums in time. Past, present, and future. Definitely, definitely speaks the word history. That's for sure. Just get another gatefold. So, favorite tracks from here include Warren Harding, Soho, Needless to Say, Post-World War II Blues, Roads to Moscow. Oh my God. That one has me, I guess, I hate to say this, but shooketh. Terminal Eyes and Nostradamus, which was a brilliant, just a brilliant track on its own. And here we come to Modern Times. Check that out. Yes, indeedy do. Favorites from here include Apple Cider Reconstitution. Definitely the title track. What's Going On? And I would say Sirens of Titan. I like that one as well. And to my knowledge, yep. So there were at least a couple albums, including this one, where he worked with Alan Parsons, a genius of a producer and a musician in his own right. And here we come to practically everybody's favorite, Year of the Cat. Oh yeah. Enter the first Colin LG. There. And I mean, what's to say about this album? It's genius on its own. But this is when Al's pop life started to rise. Favorites include On the Border. I'm a sucker for Spanish guitar. Midas Shadow, for sure. If it doesn't come naturally, leave it. Love Flying Sorcery. Very interesting story behind that track. Broadway Hotel. And then, of course, the title track, which everybody knows and loves. So, beautiful, beautiful album. And here we have his follow-up. It's an actual sequel, in a manner of speaking. Time Passages. I was actually asked to create a sequel to the song Year of the Cat, and he did it in Time Passages. So favorite tracks from here include the title track, Valentina Way, a big rocker, definitely a big rocker for him. Song on the Radio, let's see, The Palace of Versailles, and a beautiful closing track, End of the Day. Oh my god, just amazing. And then, what's also included in this set is the live radio concert album of Time Passages. Love it. And there he is. And favorite tracks from here include On the Border, Life in Dark Water, definitely Valentina Way, the Pink Panther theme. Love his band's cover of the Pink Panther theme. I can't get enough of that, for sure. So that's for the first section. Where are we? 20 minutes. Oh, geez Louise. Okay, here we go. Lightning. Although each one deserves special attention, so. 24 Carats, which recently came out with a 40th anniversary deluxe edition. So I'll tell you right now, the demo tracks and early versions are omitted from this box set. Just letting you know in advance. Favorite tracks from here, with his short-lived band Shot in the Dark. Love Running Man. Midnight Rocks makes me want to cry. It's so beautiful. Merlin's Time gives me chills. Love Mondo Sinistro. I believe the English translation, I think it's Peel and to the Left. I think that's the translation according to what I've learned. Paint by Numbers is a beautiful song. Love Optical Illusion, and most definitely Rocks in the Ocean. Let's see here. Okay. And then Live / Indian Summer. Hey, look at that. Vertical fold. I love the new studio track, Indian Summer. I love Pandora, definitely Here in Angola. And then he covers a lot of other previous tracks. I love his track, Clarence Frogman Henry. Absolutely, what a tribute. And then Russians and Americans. Entering into a new era of Al for sure. Favorites from this one include the title track, Cafe Society. Love the Candidate. And most definitely The Gypsy and the Rose. And one of my personal favorites, Accident on 3rd Street. Quite the album. Alright. And like you've seen in the poster, Last Days of the Century. Last Days of the Century. The title track wasn't one of my absolute favorites, but I still love the craftsmanship. I mean, it's Al Stewart. I love everything he's ever released, but obviously, like every artist, there will be some pieces you prefer more than others. Definitely love The King of Portugal. Interesting fact about the music video, the little person who's in that music video was also in the film Time Bandits. His name was, I believe, David Rappaport, and may he rest in peace. I love Where Are They Now? Red Toupee was amazing. Love Antarctica, from first note to last, and then Ghostly Horses of the Plain. And this is a live album, Rhymes in Rooms, with Peter White, and cover quite a few tracks in here, which I love. They even went back in time. Clift in the Rain / Small Fruit Song. Love how they travel back to the olden days. Let's see, Famous Last Words. Love the background. That's me. This is so me. Just getting lost in a bookstore or a library, most definitely. I love Angel of Mercy, Genie on a Tabletop, which he's played. Trespasser, of which there's a demo included. Trains. And I'm also a sucker for the song Hippo Song. And I actually found a lot of similarities between Hippo Song and also Syd Barrett's song Effervescing Elephant. Strangest thing, right? So Between the Wars with Lawrence Joubert, And the cool thing about this album is that pretty much every song takes place in between World War I and World War II. I freaking love Al's Mind. I truly do. Favorites from here include Night Train to Munich, Lindy Comes to Town, Life Between the Wars, Betty Boop's Birthday. I love Laughing into 1939, and Joe the Georgian. So, Between the Wars. Let's see. And not only his favorite album that he's ever made, but mine as well. A concept album about wine. Can you get any more clever than that? Down in the Cellar. And some excellent material on here. Love House of Clocks. That one's so beautiful. It almost makes me want to weep. I love Sergio. And I love the separate track, Soho. Which I believe... So Soho is a cover version by another folk artist, Bert Jansch. Waiting for Margot, Tasting History, Turning It into Water. Like, there's all these wine references. And then, of course, the Shiraz Shuffle. It's actually my favorite song on the whole album. And I'll sing it to you at the very end if there's time. Don't worry, won't take that long. There's only one verse. A Beach Full of Shells. Came out in 2005, I believe. And there he is. And definitely traveling back in time in a sense, especially in the song Class of 58. And Al actually said originally he wanted this entire album to be based around that song. Just so you know, one of the other omitted tracks is the full 13-minute version of Class of 58. Only the edited version is included in this album. Boo-hoo. Oh well. The Immelman Turn, great opening. Another song about aviation. Definitely love Mr. Lear, for sure. Mona Lisa Talking. Catherine of Oregon was one of my favorites. And then, let's see here. And then Anniversary. And I love Gina in the King's Road. Just glorious. So, here you are. And then, I believe that is an older photo of him. Sorry for the blurriness. And last but not least, studio-wise, Sparks of Ancient Light. Came out in 2008. And just love the ancient-looking writing, for goodness sakes. Absolutely. Just fantastic. I'm a sucker for ancient history. I love world history in general. And also, speaking of historical artists, check out Rasputina. She pretty much covers like early American history like no other. Her pieces are just amazing. Or their pieces, but it's Melora Krieger's the front woman. So, favorite tracks from here: Lord Salisbury, A Child's View of the Eisenhower Years, love Hannah the Navigator, Shay of Shays, Shah, I should say, Football Hero, then Elvis at the Wheel, great music video, love the music video, and then Like William McKinley. Excellent, excellent. So since there's not a lot of time, as far as the live albums are concerned, we're just going to breeze right through them. And I'll just give you like just a quick sneak peek. You don't mind, do you? No? Good. Alright. So, Fairfield Halls, Croydon, February 11th, 1970. And then Warwick University, November 8th, 1970. Medway Folk Center, Kent, July 1971, 72, and 73. So, a few shows in here. Okay. Music Forum, Uppsala, Sweden, 1973. Let's see. Heath Folk Club, Hampstead, London, 1973. My Father's Place, Roslyn, New York, May 8th, 1974. London, 1974. Tower Theatre, Philadelphia, November 26th, 1975. Boom. Live at Reading University, December 4th, 1976. Boom. U.S. Tour, 1980. then we're closing in. Only have a few minutes left. My goodness. Okay. I'll try and go through them as quickly as possible. Cambridge Folk Festival, July 29th, 1989. Right. Chestnut Cabaret, Philadelphia, August 8th, 1991. Old Town School of Folk Music, Chicago, June 19th, 2006. And then, okay, Santa Monica, February 1st, 2008, and April 24th, 2009. A couple shows there. And then 4 sets of 2 CDs, that's 8 CDs in all, of demos, outtakes, and rarities from 1964 to 2009. Plenty of goodies in there. Some of my favorites include his early song, The Elf, his cover of Turn to Earth, and then, of course, let me see, well, there are a ton of, there's his cover of the traditional song, Like Wake Dirge, absolutely beautiful, makes me want to cry. Love Willie the King, Danger Zone, which is actually his David Bowie song after he heard Bowie recording, so he wrote that much later in 1975. Bell Says Blues, and absolutely love that one. More time? Okay, cool. I love Taunton McCute. Hope to goodness I pronounced that correctly. The World According to Garp, and Helen and Cassandra. That's a beautiful, beautiful song. Coldest Winter in Memory, Dreaming. My Contemporaries, which is pretty much his early version of, well, just his version with the more dense vocabulary from the Who's My Generation. Peter on the White Sea. Coincidence? Peter White? No?